Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Today, we are going to learn about the origin and development of Islam by studying history, geography, and culture. Our goal is to understand where Islam began, how it developed over time, and how it became a global religion using facts and historical evidence. This is just a overview of the religion. We're doing a whole series. So this is a completely non-biased, non-persuasive overview of each religion that we cover, okay? So this is just so that you can understand what each religion is. So today we're talking about Islam. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Miss Bree. I'm an educator, a farmer, an illustrator, a singer, and a proud grammar nerd. Welcome to the Farm School. So what is Islam? Well, Islam is one of the major world religions, followed by over 1 billion people today. The word Islam comes from an Arabic root related to peace and submission, meaning a commitment to following one God. Followers of Islam are called Muslims. Like other major religions, Islam includes a wide variety of cultures, traditions, and interpretations across different regions of the world. Islam began in the Arabian Peninsula, a region that connected Africa, Asia, and Europe through trade routes. Having a hard time getting my words out today. The cities of Mecca and Medina were important centers of commerce and cultural exchange. People from many backgrounds traveled through these cities, which helped ideas spread. Understanding this location helps us see how Islam developed in a place where different cultures and beliefs already interacted. Now, who was Muhammad? Muhammad was born in Mecca around 570 CE. In Islamic belief, he is considered the final prophet in a long line that includes earlier figures such as Abraham, Moses, and Jesus. Historically, he is known as a religious leader who taught about belief in one God, ethical behavior, and social responsibility. His teachings were shared with others and became the foundation of the Islamic faith. Around the year 610 BC, Muhammad began receiving messages that he then shared with others. These teachings were first memorized and recited, which was common in oral cultures at the time, and were later written down. They emphasized ideas such as fairness, charity, and accountability for one's actions, which were important themes in the early development of the religion and are still there today. Now, the Qur'an is the central religious text of Islam. It was written in Arabic and is considered by Muslims to be a record of the messages received by Muhammad. Historically, it also serves as a source of guidance for daily life, law, and community practices. Like other religious texts around the world, it plays both a spiritual and cultural role in the lives of its followers. In 622 BC or CE, Muhammad and his followers moved from Mecca to Medina. This event is called the Hijra. It marks the beginning of the Islamic calendar and is significant because it represents the formation of a new community. In Medina, systems for organizing society, resolving conflicts, and cooperating across groups began to take shape. After the migration, the Muslim community grew through teaching, trade, and social organization. The early community included different people from different backgrounds, and agreements were made to manage relationships among groups. This period helps us understand how religious communities can also develop social and political structures over time. After Muhammad's lifetime, Islam continued to spread across large regions, including the Middle East, North Africa, and parts of Europe and Asia. This expansion happened over time and involved a combination of trade, cultural exchange, migration, and political change. It is important to understand that the spread of religions, including Islam, is often influenced by many factors, not just belief, but also geography, economics, and historical events. Cities such as Baghdad, Cairo, and Cordoba became important centers of learning. Scholars in these cities studied subjects like mathematics, astronomy, medicine, and literature. They preserved knowledge from earlier civilizations and contributed new ideas, showing how cultures built on shared knowledge over time. Scholars in Islamic societies made many important contributions in many fields. For example, in mathematics, they developed algebra. In medicine, they studied the human body and treatments. In astronomy, they observed the stars and planetary movement. These contributions became part of a larger global exchange of knowledge that later influenced many societies. Islam influenced many aspects of daily life, including art, architecture, language, and even social customs. For example, architecture often includes geometric patterns and calligraphy. Daily routines may include prayer, charity, and community practices. However, these practices can look different depending on the region because culture and local traditions also play a role. Today, Islam is practiced all over the world. Muslims live in many different countries and cultures, and their daily lives can vary widely depending on where they live. This diversity is important to understand because no single place or group represents all Muslims. Studying the history of religions helps us to understand how societies develop and interact. It also helps us to recognize that misunderstandings can happen when we only see one part of a much larger picture. Looking at history carefully allows us to better understand people, cultures, and ideas. By learning about the origin and development of Islam, we gained a clearer understanding of world history and cultural diversity. History helps us to see how ideas grow, how communities form, and how people across time have shaped the world we live in today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you keep coming back for the rest of the series. It's going to be really fun. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks, guys.